This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
And I'm Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
Tom, I feel insane.
Yeah, you've been traveling.
Yeah, I got off a plane not too long ago.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know you were on a plane today.
Yeah.
How long ago were you on a plane?
My plane landed about 6 hours ago.
Oh, okay.
But, then I had to do some things.
Right, you have to...
I don't live at the airport, Tom, so I had to
Right,
go...
like
I
that
had to
Tom Hanks movie.
Great movie, The
Terminal? Yeah.
I've never seen it. It looked real bad.
I've seen part of it. It's about, a guy that lived in a plane terminal because I think...
His country didn't exist.
Yeah. He was in like a weird limbo. But I don't even understand why he was in that limbo he was in it for like years. He lived at the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was because there was a civil war, and then his country, the country he was going back to,
Didn't exist
anymore.
Yeah.
And it happened while he was at the airport or something.
Yeah.
It just, and so his passport didn't work or something.
Were you worried about that when you went to the airport this week?
Tom, do you know this about me?
What's that?
I'm an anxious person.
Yeah, I know that about you. I've noticed.
You know this about me? But so when I'm traveling, I always like to get to the airport super early.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
And I just love being at the airport. People hate the airport.
Uh-huh.
Once you're through TSA, once those people are arbitrarily mean to you for no reason, right? Once you get past that, I'm just all right, cool. I don't care,
yeah,
that everything's expensive. I barely buy anything. I walk around, go to the various Hudson
I barely
News.
buy it. Yeah, drop $100, $200, but
I mean, did I buy an $18 egg sandwich this morning because I got to the airport way too early because I didn't understand the time zone thing?
Was it like a restaurant egg sandwich?
No, well, yeah, kind of, but not really.
Yeah,
it was in the Chicago airport, not O'Hare though. So,
not O'Hare. Okay,
so do the math there.
I can't. I don't know the other Logan.
Midway.
Midway. Okay.
Is there Logan too?
Maybe it used to be.
That's the Wolverine, Tom.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Wolverine.
You're thinking of the
He's from Canada, which is kind of close to.
I was in Chicago. Yeah.
That I could see how I made the mistake.
Exactly. No, but this was it was breakfast time, but it was a hot dog. It was a Chicago hot dog place, but they didn't have the hot dogs yet.
What yet? They get delivered every day just in case.
Well, no, they just weren't making hot dogs at 8 in the morning.
You know how easy it is to make a hot dog, Tim?
How easy?
Just boil a pot of water, put it in there.
This had all the fixings.
Hey, throw a hot dog in the microwave for me real quick.
Let me get some ketchup on that. I jumped over the counter, beat the shit out of it.
Oh, because they're one of those places that doesn't like ketchup on hot dogs.
That's Chicago, baby.
Yeah. What is a Chicago-style hot dog? Isn't that with the...
It's got everything. It's got the poppy seed bun.
Yeah.
It's got the celery salt on it.
Okay.
I think it's got mustard and a pickle and onions. It's got it's the works. Everything except for the ketchup.
Is it like relish, though?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't like relish.
You don't like relish?
No.
But you like pickles?
Yeah.
What a world.
Yeah.
What an interesting guy you are, Tom.
I mean, the reason I
No, Tom, that's whoa.
No,
that's unusual.
the reason I don't like relish, Tim, is I've never had it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think so. It just always looked gross to me, so I've never had it.
Have it on a hot dog, Tom. Hey, next time we're at a cookout together, I'll make you a hot dog. I'll put some relish on it. I guess you could put relish on your own hot dog.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, it would be. I would accept it though, because for years I didn't like onions on a hot dog.
Oh yeah.
And then same thing. I was like, well, I like onions. Maybe I should try this onions on a hot. But it's the chopped up and it's in some kind of a soup or something.
Yeah. What is that?
It's
like red. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not natural onion juice. It's something else.
Yeah. It's not like caramelized onions or whatever.
No. Yeah. It kind of looks like
that's good.
Like
But
I'll
even take just the raw white onions.
Oh yeah.
Chopped.
But I like the wet onions or whatever they're called. And, I resisted that for a long time. So who knows?
Yeah.
I'll tell you where I draw the line, though.
Where?
Sauerkraut.
Really?
Ugh, I can't stand the smell of sauerkraut.
Yeah,
I
don't love it. I need mustard to cut it.
Yeah.
If
and I used to not like mustard until I tried it too.
Wow, Tom.
Tim, I used to be just a ketchup on a hot dog boy.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I've grown a lot.
Well,
now
then,
I put mustard and onions too.
you should try a Chicago dog, Tom.
Does it have jalapenos? What am I thinking of? The hot dog has jalapenos.
It's got yellow mustard, chopped white onions, bright green sweet pickle relish, a dill pickle spear, tomato slices.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of maybe.
Pickled sport peppers, a dash of celery salt, which I've been throwing around celery salt like I know what that means, right?
Yeah, it's salt they make from celery.
Yeah, but how? Celery is just...
You dry it out.
Water and string. Yeah, it's said to be dragged through the garden, Tom.
Oh, okay.
And it's on a poppy seed bun.
Oh, I'll have to try that sometime.
Yeah.
I don't like poppy seeds, though. They're all right.
Tom,
they don't really add anything.
They don't add. Yeah.
They just get stuck in your teeth.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody, it is a texture thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I did a thing at the airport, Tom, that I think you'd like.
What's that?
I went to a store. It was a Hudson News.
It wasn't something sick, was it?
Yeah, it was something. I did a deed at the
at the Hudson News.
The Hudson News that you would have liked. No, I hated it, and I think you would have loved it because you'd be like, "It's fascinating." Tell me if this is fascinating.
Okay.
Killing time.
Mm-hmm.
Want to look and see what's going on? You had to swipe your credit card to get into the Hudson News.
Oh, really?
And then there's these signs everywhere. Like the whole gimmick is like, walk right out. You don't have to
but also, what if I'm not buying anything? I'm just trying to kill time.
Yeah.
I guess they don't want you.
What do they care?
Yeah.
Nobody in the airport is like, don't come in here. We don't like foot traffic in our store.
I've never been in a Hudson News and thought this place is packed.
Yeah, I think it was just trying to be a gimmick thing where it's like you go in and you pick up your thing and you walk out, and they have to station a person there to explain it to everybody who walks up. Yeah. So I don't know where the
and was it using
comes.
Cameras to figure out what you had?
I don't know, or RFID,
or something but you didn't have to scan anything. It was just grab anything and walk out.
And I was a little bit worried because I was looking at something I could buy my 3-year-old son a little souvenir thing. Turns out I'm a bad dad. I was like, I don't want any of this stuff. This stuff is too expensive. He's not gonna care.
He doesn't know what
he doesn't know what Chicago is. Yeah. So I walked out and then I was like,
he's not gonna appreciate this $150 Mike Ditka statue I bought for him.
I have no recourse if they're just here, oh nope, you bought that $150 Mike Ditka statue.
What do you mean they'd have no recourse? If you walked out with it,
no. If I didn't, and they said I did,
and just charged you,
yeah,
you could dispute it with your credit card company.
Yeah, that's true. But why would I?
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, and then they're like, if you want a receipt for your stuff, there was this other screen.
You could go to hell.
No, you had to go. You had to.
Don't tell me you had to fly somewhere else.
You had to fly to a different airport. You had to fly to Logan, wherever the hell that is. You had to put in your email address on a thing. And it's I don't want to type this just for a receipt.
Yeah, just hand me a receipt.
Everything is. And there's one lady, older lady.
Hudson News seems to have gotten along just fine having one very slow, harried person working there all this time.
Yeah.
So.
With a line full of people being like, all right, literally a plane is...
my plane's leaving.
Yeah. This middle-aged woman, I guess I'm middle-aged. She was older than me.
Okay.
A lady who was older than me was in there. And
so
she was
death.
She was very... so I don't have to... she was really asking. And she picked up some mints and left or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, you sure? I just walk out? They're like, yes, I told you 100 times. She came back so hot, so, and she went up to the lady and she went, I thought this was gum. It's mints. And the lady was like,
"Is everything about this store just crazy?"
Yeah, and like I think she wanted to like return them, but like,
oh boy,
good luck trying to return something at this. Yeah,
possible.
and so that poor lady, and she was furious. And it's like, all right, I know it's airport prices. It's still like $3 for these mints,
Yeah,
and like,
and it's gum. How far off is gum from mints?
yeah. I thought this was gum. It's mints. I wrote that. She was so angry.
I thought you were gonna say, but the woman working there was like, "Miss, they're called Razzlers, or Razzles." Is that what
Razzles. Yeah.
It might seem like it's just mints, but it is actually gum.
Yeah,
it's both.
Chew right through it.
Yeah. How come they didn't expand that technology into other gums?
I don't like it.
I mean, it's not,
because it should just be candy. They had, I think, at some point like Skittles gum,
yeah,
and it had like the hard shell like Skittles, and then you eat it, and then you're just like, no, I want to swallow this now. Now I just gotta chew this gum that loses its flavor in 10 seconds. So like, it's Skittles that like after 30 seconds you just have to spit out into a napkin. I don't want that.
Yeah, any kind of gum like that. It's just not going to be a good gum.
Yeah.
You know, there are going to be compromises to get gum to act that way.
Yeah, I don't think gum should have a hard shell. I don't want it.
I mean, Razzles don't have a hard shell. They're like, it's weird because it's powdery, but then that turns into gum the more you chew it. Yeah, but to your point, yeah, it's still not very good gum.
Yeah, it's not satisfying.
I don't think there's really
your brain is like, ooh, candy. Can't wait to ingest this. And it's like, nah, it's okay.
I don't think there's like really a great reason nowadays, too, unless you're like a kid or whatever, to eat gum that isn't sugar free.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it's like just I wad up this thing full of sugar and you just keep it in constant contact with your teeth.
You know my stance, right? I think all gum should be banned. I don't think...
You should have told that lady.
I know.
You know what, lady? You vote for me. That mistake can't happen because these places will only sell mints.
I was trying to get her to sign my petition. She was too harried. And then the other thing I want to talk about at the airport, Tom. I generally like, it's like I'm fine flying, right? Like I'm like, okay.
You get nervous, but you keep it inside.
Yeah, and like I'm a little over kind of the nerves, but like also like
I mean, yeah. When I fly with you, I notice during takeoff you seem fine, but you let out a few, as the plane's going up.
Yeah. I don't.
Well, other than that,
it's fine. Everybody's fine with it. Everybody likes it.
Just do that, and then you go, "I'm fine. Everything's fine."
But even like the like cattle. Like being treated like cattle of it all, it's like I'm fine with it. It's like I don't know why people like find air travel so annoying. Like suck it up, it's fine. Like can be. I flew Southwest for the first time, Tom.
Yeah.
Now I know why people hate freaking flying. That stinks.
People
take this airline to places.
Yeah, I mean it's just I used to take that. That's how I would come home from college. I would take Southwest, and I mean it was a long time ago, so I'm sure it's way worse now. But yeah, I mean it's a bus in the sky.
They don't give you a seat.
Yeah,
and they get all mad when people are like trying to figure out like where to put their stuff and find a seat. And they're like, guys, we gotta go. And it's like, I know this is why other if you have rules. It works a lot more efficiently. They have these, so there's boarding group A, boarding group B, boarding group C, and everybody has a number like A1 through A60, and then B1, and then they're just like line up and like guys figure out like get in numerical order. It's like I'm traveling alone. I just want to put in my headphones and like not. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm B28. I'm looking for B27 and B29 so I can slot in between you guys.
Yeah, and then also 60 other people are going to come up to you and ask you what number you are.
Yeah, oh, God.
Yeah.
A nightmare.
Yeah. I think they've said recently they're going to like experiment with what everybody else does.
Doing the thing that doesn't suck.
Yeah. You know, a lot of other, not a lot, but I know other countries, or at least Australia, I've heard, they let people out the back of the plane when they land, too. So then everybody gets out. And I just saw somebody saying they flew somewhere and they were shocked that like the plane landed and everybody just stayed seated, and then the flight attendant would come and be like, okay, row 1, and they would get up and leave. Okay, row 2. And they said, like, why don't they do it this way? It's so much less stressful.
Yeah. Well, because people will start, like, yelling at the flight attendants. It should just be, hey, everybody sit down.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a connecting flight,
get
up and leave. Right? Because, like, you don't want to be like,
that's
the most stressful thing, right? But, like, people will take advantage. People turn into monsters.
Because people will just be like, let's say we have a connecting flight. And then...
But, like, if you get caught and you don't have a connecting flight, they cut your hands off.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right? Don't you think that's a good law?
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's a good system?
I was going to say my idea for, make it easier is once you get on the plane and everybody's sat down, they gas you, knock you out, and you wake up, I don't know, 15 minutes after you land.
That's great.
Everybody kind of, comes to on their own terms. So there's not, you come to and it's like, oh, some people have already come to and left.
Yeah.
A bunch of other people are still out.
I see. I remember what happened. Yeah. Okay.
And it's nice now. Not everybody's fighting for the exit at the same time.
And, be on my way.
We got to start this airline. Tim, enough about airplanes. Big news this week.
The biggest news.
You're
talking about the big economic news?
No. Well, you know what, Tim? That's like the kind of news that's complicated.
Yeah.
This is easy news. This is a news about a product.
Right.
And you can just say...
My favorite kind of news.
That product is for me, or that product is not for me.
Because I'm a loser. Right? If you don't like this, if you don't like this product, you know what? You can go straight to Loser Town.
Yeah.
Because you're a loser.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll probably get elected mayor there.
Yeah.
You don't like this product.
And, if you're sitting there crying about that, that sounds awful. Well, you know what? Get your priorities straight. Yeah. Be excited about this new product that's out.
And crying about it. That's even more loser shit.
Yeah. The Nintendo announced the new Nintendo Switch 2.
Yes.
Now,
it's a video game system.
It's a video game system. Is that the extent of your knowledge about it?
No, Tom. I think it's been widely reported that I'm a user of the Switch 1, Nintendo Switch.
You own a Switch 1. You don't use it that much.
I play it once in a while.
What's once in a while?
I played it probably about 8 months ago. When did that Mario Brothers side scroller
I think that came out like 2 years ago.
No, it didn't. Did it?
It might have. I'll look it up.
Okay, so I played it for I bought that the day it came out, and I played it for probably 2 weeks.
Okay, did you beat it?
No. Oh God, no. And I kind of surprisingly got a little bored of it. What was it called?
Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
Yeah. And I like awe. I like wonder.
Yeah. And yes, it came out in 2023.
Okay.
In October, so not quite.
Okay.
2 years ago, but a year and a half ago, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So in the 2024 calendar year, I don't think I played the Switch.
Yeah.
And I aspire to in 2025.
I mean, I was gonna say I'm shitting on you. I have a Switch and I barely play it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I played that one Mario game.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Yeah.
The Galaxy?
Yeah, Odyssey.
Yeah,
Galaxy was the Wii one.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Tom.
You do know about that because we lived together and we had a Wii and we had Mario Galaxy.
I never played it though.
Paul McKenna would come over and
play
it
I
all
couldn't
the time.
figure out the Wii I get. But I could never figure out the controls. It just felt like I was flailing.
Yeah, well, that one you were running around planets and stuff, so it was, and you had to kind of jump from planet to planet. Yeah. So it was a little. You kind of had to. It was one of those games where once you kind of got used to it and wrapped your head around it, you were like, "Oh, this is awesome." I mean, that's kind of the way Mario Galaxy was too.
Yeah.
Or Odyssey rather.
Yeah. It's like, I gotta throw my hat, and then it's like, man,
and then I become
this
thing. Yeah. Oh, and that I can throw my hat and then jump on my hat. And
I'm used to throwing my hat into the ring for things, Tom.
I'm used to throwing my hat in the river.
In the river?
Yeah, I get frustrated with a lot of hats.
I'm used to throwing my hat in the air whenever I go to Minneapolis, and I'm really starting fresh as a young woman in the news industry.
It's a very relevant and timely reference, Tim.
Everybody loves it.
You know what I think it is, though? Why the Switch? Because I think the Switch doesn't get a ton of use from either of us for different reasons.
Well, I don't play video games. That's the main reason for me.
That's what I was going to say.
I don't play or enjoy video games.
The main reason for you is that you don't play or enjoy video games. The main reason for me is that I have a PS5 that has better graphics. So a lot of times, like, at least if a game's available on both systems and it's the same price, I'm going to buy it on the system it looks better on.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's such a lack of whimsy on the non-Nintendo the platforms, right? Like, it's like PS5, that's like grown-up stuff. That's too serious for me. I can't deal with that.
No, I mean, I get you, and that's why Nintendo has a very unique space in the gaming industry, because they appeal to people of all ages. But, like, the only Switch games that I've gotten really into are Nintendo games.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I beat Mario Odyssey, and I didn't beat the 2 Zelda games, but I played a lot of them.
I played the first 5 minutes of Breath of the Wild. That was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I was like, okay, like I can see myself getting into this. I bought it.
Yeah.
Bought it full price.
Mm-hmm.
I should go back to that. I should play that.
Oh,
game
I thought you were gonna say I should bring it back. I don't know if they'll take it anymore.
I didn't even buy a physical copy, Tom.
Yeah. Well, they won't take the digital copies back, especially 7 years later. Yeah, so that's where I am with the Switch, and I almost never played it in handheld mode.
Oh yeah,
like I always had it just hooked up to my TV, and I think that like people I know that play a lot of Switch, they play it in handheld mode. Like that's
really,
yeah, because it's like I play it on the plane, or I play it on commutes, or like. You know, my wife.
If I saw somebody playing the Switch on the subway in the morning, I'd be like, grow up. Unless it was a kid. It was like, well, no, I'm not going to tell a kid to grow up. Stay a kid as long as you can.
Grow up eventually.
Yeah. It would be cool to just be a kid forever, right?
I don't know if it would be.
I don't know. Ask Emmanuel Lewis.
I can't, Tim.
He's still around.
I don't think so. I think he passed.
I'm
pretty sure. I think I think that happened a few years ago.
Nah, he's
maybe I'm
alive
wrong.
and well.
Oh, okay. Well, he's not. He hasn't been appearing.
54 years old.
He hasn't been appearing in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's retired.
Well, he's 54 and he's retired. I mean, I guess he started working pretty young.
Yeah. And that's it. This is the first line of his Wikipedia. Emmanuel Lewis is a retired American actor, best known for playing the title character in the sitcom Webster.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's fine if people are playing like, why is it so different playing a Switch as opposed to playing a game on your phone on the subway?
I don't like that either.
You just want you think everybody should put their phones down and make conversation with each other?
Yeah, talk to each other. We're a community, for Christ's sakes.
I've been in situations where like an old lady said things like that. Everybody's on their phones. It's like, yeah, we're all fucking strangers. I don't have a conversation with you. We're all like in a waiting room or something.
Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger on the train? Not like trading murders, but
I have done that a few times. No, I don't know if I really ever have.
I've had like some like
on the train or on the subway?
On the subway.
Nah, I've never really had a conversation with somebody on the subway.
I've had a couple nice ones, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's usually older folk.
Oh, okay.
But friendly and nice.
So you're not spurring the conversation.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, but they were like, at least you don't have one of those Nintendos like all these other idiots.
It is like disheartening, like when you walk into a crowded subway and literally everybody's like buried their face in their phone.
Yeah,
right? Not because like, oh, I want to talk to these people, but it's just like, man, society is just that's dark. That's like dystopian, like
yeah.
Like if
I don't know, there are worse things to walk into a subway car and see.
Like what, Tom?
Murder, mayhem, diarrhea, pee-pee.
All right.
Puke.
You think it's cool that everybody's just like, all right.
I don't think it's cool, but I get it. Like,
yeah, I get it, but it stinks.
Yeah, well, it's. But I'm just saying, to me, there's no difference if somebody's playing a Nintendo Switch.
No, that's kind of like. What if somebody's playing a game on an iPad on the subway?
iPads are bigger than Nintendo Switches, and I've seen people playing, reading stuff on iPads, playing games on iPads.
Yeah, do you think they're losers too?
No, I don't think anyone's a loser for playing a video game on the subway.
Okay, I just think they're wasting their lives.
They should get off that screen and enjoy everything the inside of a subway car has to offer.
I don't read a book.
You can play a video game doesn't mean you don't read books. You can do both.
Yeah, well, people don't.
People do.
Do you?
Yeah, I do both. I don't play a Switch.
You read a lot of books.
I
was gonna call you out for not reading books, but you read a lot of books.
I don't bring a Switch on the subway ever, but I could see bringing one on like a plane. Like I've probably played Switch on a plane, but I've gotten like real into iPad games, and like it does just make the time go by faster.
Well, I don't like to make my precious moments of
I know
life
you love being in the airport. You love just soaking
it all in. I love being
in
the moment, Tom.
So anyway, that's enough about the Switch one. Probably the Switch 2 was announced the other day. Do you know anything about it, Tim?
It's the newest, the latest and greatest from Nintendo. It's the next in their line of Switch consoles.
Yes. Apparently, they considered calling it the Super Nintendo Switch, which would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But then...
It's too clunky.
Yeah. Well, they said the reason they didn't do it, which is like, all right, there are a lot of reasons. That's like a weird reason that they said, well, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System wasn't compatible with the Nintendo Entertainment System, but the Switch 2 is going to be compatible with the Switch 1. So we didn't want, and it's like, I don't think people would think like, well, 30 years ago they named something Super Nintendo, so that must be the same way it is now.
Well,
so it's the Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah.
And it plays almost all Switch 1 games. Almost. They put up a list of all the games. Apparently there are a small number, like out of like 15,000 Switch 1 games, there's like 100 that don't work right, but it sounds like they're still
all the Mario games, all the Zelda games.
Yeah, just saying games you would want to play.
Yeah.
No, I think it's, they made sure that shit works all right. Yeah. But it's apparently, you're not going to care about this, but it's not hardware compatible. Like it's not. So an interesting fact about the PlayStation 2, Tim, you could play a PlayStation 1 game on a PlayStation 2 because it had the same processor in it. They were just using that processor instead of like to, do everything. It's like, you know what? In PlayStation 2, this processor, you just handle like the controllers.
Right.
That's more than enough for you. But if somebody wants to play a PlayStation 1 game, fire up that chip and it'll be like a 1-to-1 PlayStation 1 experience. But this time it sounds like it's kind of doing that, but it's also kind of emulating a little bit. And that's why there's a little bit of compatibility.
Got it.
But
that's interesting to a lot of people other than you.
They are also certain Nintendo Switch games they are upgrading for the Switch 2.
Ooh.
Now, some of them you get for free.
A nice little makeover. Princess Peach gets a new dress.
Tim, it's not. No, that's not how a
maybe King Koopa gets his spikes sharpened on his shell.
Well, in a way, he would because he might get a higher resolution. So that's a big thing. So the Nintendo Switch 1, the screen on the Switch is 720p.
Right.
You hook it up to a TV, it will go up to 1080p.
Right.
Standard HD resolution. This new one The screen on the Switch is 1080p, so much higher. And plugging it into a TV, it'll go up to 4K.
Wow.
So some of these games, the older games, they will be sharper. Yes. Higher resolution and better frame rates.
Is 4K a scam? 4K is a scam, right?
It's not outright a scam, but I feel like there are a lot of scams involving it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It just feels like everybody calm down. Everything looks good enough. Like, we don't need to keep getting sharper and sharper resolution.
Yeah. Well, and the problem with a lot of it is that, you know, especially like a lot of the streaming stuff, it's like, oh, this is 4K. That's great, but it's still like way less data than a 1080 Blu-ray disc has.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bit rate's much lower. So it's like, yeah, compression got better and different algorithms got better, but like to a point.
Right.
So I think in a lot of cases, watching like a standard HD Blu-ray is going to look better than a 4K Netflix stream, for example, just because the bit rate's higher.
I just watch everything on film. Like
Just physical film.
Physical film.
Yeah. Well, that makes you a very interesting person.
Yeah. It's like, you know, when how people used to watch like pornos in the 70s at their home.
Yeah, to like get a whole contraption set up is loud.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a minute long.
Was that just a thing that like suburban dads did? Or it's like, oh, I got my stag films in the garage.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was people
project them onto a sheet.
I think it was people that like probably already had some kind of film collection, or like they took family films.
Yeah.
You know, and then it was like, oh, what's this? Oh, the store where I buy film suddenly has a row of beads leading into a room in the back.
It's just like, honey, I'm gonna go like watch the family films. Watch like the trip to Yosemite last summer. Yeah. And really, it's like
actually, I'm gonna watch the 8-minute long 8mm porn that I have. So anyway,
in a lawn chair in the garage.
The Switch screen, Tim, also has a higher refresh rate, double the refresh rate.
Okay.
Smoother.
Okay. I mean, the Switch seemed pretty smooth to me.
Nintendo made games are, because, you know, they were always making the game to the hardware.
Right.
But like a lot of third-party games, it's like, well, we made this game for PlayStation, and now we've got to like figure out what to cut out,
right,
to get it to run on a Switch. And then it's like, it runs all right. It's a little herky-jerky, but whatever. So that was also a problem.
Okay.
But this new one's going to be better at that. So yeah, so some of these games you get a free upgrade. Some of them you have to pay for an upgrade, but it will make, you know, like the Zelda games I know are getting upgrades where they'll run at higher frame rates, higher resolutions, blah, blah, blah.
I can't wait to hear your, after the plugs later. I got a big question.
Okay. Wow. What a tease. Bigger screen, like physically bigger screen.
Is the thing bigger? Is the
whole thing is bigger. It is the same thickness.
Everybody, you love how thin things
are.
No. Caring about how thin things are.
I'm just giving you a fact.
I know, but you know.
I don't care because I don't think the Switch is particularly thin. You know, like it's a lot thicker than a phone or a tablet.
I don't think about things in levels of thickness.
You don't notice if something's thick or not?
I don't know if the Switch is thicker or thinner than my phone. No.
Yes, you do. And you're a son of a bitch for implying that you don't.
How dare you say that to me?
Anyway, so this is the same thickness, which is not necessarily thin, but the whole thing is bigger.
Right.
The screen's bigger. I think the screen's like almost 2 inches bigger, which makes a big difference when it's that small.
Yeah, when you're on the subway.
Yeah. And then the controllers, the Joy-Cons, are physically bigger now too, which people are happy about because a lot of people, and I include myself in this, think the regular Joy-Cons are like a little too small.
Yeah.
You know, and like your hands do get cramped if you're playing it for a while. And this seems like
that's why I stopped playing it for a year and a half.
This seems like it's a little more ergonomic. It'll be a little bit nicer that way. They attach magnetically.
Mm-hmm.
You can also turn them on their side and they'll work like a mouse, like a computer mouse.
Cool. So you can do work on the Switch, I guess.
Yeah, you can do.
I want to live.
I
want to live my entire life, my entire day, through the Switch interface.
Yeah.
So like, move as much of my work onto that.
Well, it's for people that play like first-person shooters and stuff on computers, and they're used to that kind of controls. But because it's
I don't want anybody shooting anybody.
But because it's Nintendo, they also have a. They showed off, I forget what it was called, but it's a wheelchair basketball game where you use both Joy-Cons like on a surface like they're mice. And, you know, you do the motions that you would for if you were controlling a wheelchair. So, you know, sometimes you would want both wheels to go forward. Sometimes you would want to do it, you know, spin or whatever.
Or like want to turn, you do one side.
Yeah, you do one side. But the people, they had like a hands-on for influencers. We were invited because you don't play your Switch enough, and they
can tell?
Tim.
Oh, I did hear this.
Yeah, that's how they're going to decide who gets to buy one.
Yeah.
Which I'll get to in a second. But the hands-on that they did with influencers and stuff, like I watched The Verge's video, and the woman that was there reviewing it was like, my arms got very tired very quickly, and B, like it seems like if your kid does this on like a coffee table, it's going to destroy it in like one session. Like this is like, oh, that's clever, but I don't think people are really going to use it that way.
Okay.
Like
mouse pads, Tom.
Yeah, well, at this event, it looked like they had like a table-sized mouse pad. So yeah, if you want to get one of those,
make the whole table out of the mouse pad. I've been saying that for years, Tom.
Because then you got to throw the table out all the time. But yeah, to what we were talking about, apparently, if you want to pre-order it on Nintendo, you need to do so with an account. I forget. I think there's like you have to have played like 50 hours of your Switch in the last like year or something. Like not a crazy number if you're, a Nintendo fan, but if you haven't played it in 18 months, you're
they're not going to let me buy. They're not going to let me give them $400.
$450 at least. And no, because they are trying to stop scalpers.
Which is nice. That's cool.
Yeah, and it's like I get that. Like, okay, that's fair enough because it's not like Nintendo's the only place to buy it. You'll be able to buy it at a Best Buy or a Walmart. So yeah, if you don't have that many play hours, or if you want to scalp it, you can buy it at Walmart or.
This is offensive to me.
That they've released a new Switch. You just bought the last one 8 years ago.
Honestly, yeah. I think they should just pick something and stay with it. Stick with it. All these guys are always coming out with new... Now, also, like the scarcity thing where it's like, if there's a product, an entertainment product or whatever that's like difficult to buy, it's like, all right, then I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna try to buy it. I like anything where it's like, ooh, it's tough to get, it's tough to give us an obscene amount of money.
I mean, it's not obscene. $450
for something that people don't use for 18 months at a time.
Well, yeah, in that case. Yeah, it's funny because like so I have gotten the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 4, and the Nintendo Switch, I think all on launch. And at least, like, I know with those things, it was always like when I would get it, people would be like, oh, man, I can't believe you got one. How'd you get one? And every time it was like, I don't know, like 2 months ago, they put up pre-orders. and I saw that news and I pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
And like, not even a like, oh, I woke up at 9 a.m. And like, I'm sure at least with the PlayStation 5.
I gotta tell you, Tom, waking up at 9 a.m. isn't really.
I woke up at 9 a.m.
The flex that you think it is.
I meant like 4 a.m. or whatever. And you know, that was how I got, like, it was like, oh, I just ordered it ahead of time. I thought, I'll probably want that. If I don't, I'll cancel it. And then it came. Yeah. But I think those days are gone now. I think everybody's too aware of pre-ordering and like, oh, everything that comes out is scarce and you can buy something and put it up on eBay for triple the price.
Yeah, that whole culture of
oh yeah, I mean, that's why I think Nintendo's trying to curb it.
But with everything, right? Like if you look, if you're giving a significant amount of money, obscene might be unfair.
Yeah.
And also,
but yeah, it's just like not a
very, very difficult competitive process.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know. There's got to be more to life than this.
Yeah, I've never.
And then you pick it up 3 months later and it's fine. Like,
yeah. I've never like missed out on a pre-order or whatever for something and had like too much angst, or at least like been like, oh, now it's my life's mission. I'm gonna call every place and like wait in line overnight. Like, I don't know. If it's something I want badly enough, I try and plan ahead.
Yeah.
And so far that's worked. And like in this case, I don't think I want this badly enough. So it's like, all right. And it's going to be hard to get. Okay. Then that like makes my decision for me.
Oh man, that was the question I was going to ask after the plugs.
Well, you should have not said that and you could still ask after the plugs. And then people would have heard the plugs and they would have website
I'll come up with a better question. I'll come up with a more personal question, more embarrassing. Like a Howard Stern in like 1994 question for you.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to buy a copy of
your wife?
Private Parts?
The movie?
The book?
Oh, the book? No, I didn't know how hard it is to buy a copy of. Is this your Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order?
I wanted to do it for Books the Podcast on Patreon. And it's just like, I don't think people would be able to read along unless they went to this one specific used bookstore I went to in Phoenix, Arizona. Because they had 2 copies of it.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to buy one for each of us. Yeah.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Yeah. I should have just done it for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd just be a nice, your birthday's coming up. Hey, here's a vintage copy of Howard Stern's Private Parts. It was in the garage with some stag films and some guy in Phoenix.
Yeah. There's a couple of frames of a porno that he used as a bookmark that's still stuck in there. It's great. An interesting thing about the Switch and with like scalping and all that is, inflation's out of control, but inflation is even more out of control in Japan and has been for a while now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking about the other day, I went to Japan more than 15 years ago, between 15 and 20 years ago.
Okay.
And at that time, it was great because the exchange rate was about 100 yen to $1. So it's like, oh, I can do this math. Like whenever I see a price, I just put a period after the last 2 zeros, and that's the price, approximately.
Yeah.
It was great. But now it's about 150 yen to the dollar.
Okay.
So
that makes it difficult math.
Well, it makes it difficult math, but it also means that like the yen is weak against the dollar. So that's why people were worried that the price would be higher on the Switch than it is. It's $450.
It's higher than it was.
Yeah, the original Switch launched at $300. But even though that was only 8 years ago, if you like do the math for inflation, it's roughly the same.
What?
Yeah.
No.
It's something like that.
Really?
Yeah, do an inflation calculator.
Inflation calculator .biz, do you think?
Yeah, .biz probably, because you're looking up a business number.
So if in What year did it come out?
2017.
2017. I purchased an item for
$300
bones.
How much would it cost now?
Calculate. $390.52.
Okay, so an extra $50 there.
$90.
90. No, I know. I'm saying to get to the Switch 2 price, $60.
Yeah.
Okay. But
that's some. They're like, oh, they won't notice. Oh yeah, it's close enough. That's how they get you. They're squeezing you, Tom.
Yeah, this is about what I paid 8 years ago, adjusted for inflation. I guess I'll look no further.
The Nintendo playing card company is taking you for a fool, Tom.
But in Japan, the Switch 2 is going to be $330. So significantly lower priced. However, to make sure that that isn't scalped and imported, that version cannot change region or language. It is locked to Japanese games and Japanese language. So if you're thinking, I'm going to save myself a few bucks and import one, well, I hope you know how to read Japanese.
Well, how do you know I don't?
You barely can read English.
I'm a good reader, Tom. I'm a strong reader. Can you buy one of these at the Super Mario Brothers World in Universal Studios Hollywood?
I don't know if you can. I don't think they sell Switches there.
That's but what about? No, I'm talking about the Switch 2.
Okay, Switch 2. Maybe you'll be able to. So it's $450 or $500 with a digital download of Mario Kart World.
Yeah, I saw they did this. It's an open world game, right? You can drive anywhere, I guess.
Yeah, it's a little confusing because it's like there are tracks just like a Mario Kart, but then apparently, I mean, it sounds fun. That's like, and then after a race, it's like, all right, now let's drive to a different track. And, it's like open world and you're all driving. But it's like, well, is that a race too? What's going on there? I mean, it's Nintendo. I'm sure it's fun. Like, I'm sure they figured it out.
Also, like, I just feel like Mario Kart is a game that, like, doesn't need a ton of, like, bells and whistles. Like, I think they came up with a perfect concept for a game, and they like upgrade the little like the weapons that you get or whatever, and that's cool.
Come up with some interesting new ideas.
They don't need to like reimagine like, oh, now it's an open world game, and like
I think they kind of do though, because the last one was Mario Kart 8. So it's like after 8 games, like, and especially
do the thing with the frame rate is better or whatever the hell you were talking about before, and the people be like, yeah, okay, it's the newest Mario Kart. Well, I want to play the newest one.
But that's the thing, Tim. So Mario Kart 8 came out for the Wii U. Okay. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the version that came out for the Switch.
Right, which I have, and it's great.
Yeah, but it is still like basically an upgraded version of the last one.
So make 9 and just make it like, I don't know.
Because the 8, they added...
Princess Peach a new dress.
They added all these like expansion packs and stuff on it.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So you can buy more expansion. And basically it's like, you can get it to the point where you have, I think, almost every racetrack from like all the past Mario games, but reimagined for the new one.
That's cool.
So it's
do
great.
That again for 9.
They don't have to do it. You can just play 8 on your Switch.
But Tom, what I'm saying is, you do the refresh rate, you put it in 4K, everything's going to be better.
I think they might still do that too.
You sharpen the spikes on Bowser's back.
This looks fun. It's open world. You can drive in other places. That's fun.
You know what? Things get too complicated for me.
I don't think things get too... I think it's still going to be pretty easy.
Open world. You don't need to make it an open world.
I got enough problems with this open world.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
But bad news, if you're not getting it with the Switch, this game is $80.
Whoa.
And that is one of the big pieces of news here that... Nintendo's, not all of them, but it seems like at least
it's a very squeaky chair over here.
The higher end Nintendo Switch 2 games are going to be $80. Now they also announced Donkey Kong Bonanza, and that is $70.
Okay. What's Donkey Kong Bonanza about?
It's a 3D Donkey Kong game. So it's like Mario Odyssey, but you're Donkey Kong.
All right, I hope it's good. I will not be playing this game. I will not be buying a Switch 2.
It looks pretty good. It looks fun.
The thing about $80, Tom, is how long are you supposed to play these games for? In hours?
Well, that's the thing. I think they looked at, so Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was the top selling game for the Nintendo Switch. And I think it's to the point where like they've almost sold one copy per Switch that's out there. And I think, of course, they can also see like how much people are playing it. And I think they made that calculation of like people that buy this game play it for years and years, hundreds of hours. We can charge $80 for it, and people will pay it.
But also, like, not even like, oh, the people will pay it. It's like, I think you owe it to them. You should get hours and hours of free entertainment.
It's not free. You're paying for it.
Well, once you've filled up,
I mean, I did
$80 worth of fun.
I saw a post online where somebody was like all these people are complaining about games being $80 now, like adjusted for inflation, $60 games like when we were kids are $120 now. And somebody like reposted that with but people could buy houses too. It's like, like, all right, the cost of video games isn't going up as quickly as everything else, but still doesn't make me happy.
No, it doesn't.
Well, and I think to your point, like when you buy a game and play it 2 times and then never play it again, well, now that's going to cost you $80 instead of $60.
That's why I'm not going to do it.
All right.
And I don't have the console, and I don't think I'll
you're gonna be left
figure
in the
out
dust.
How to do it. I won't have enough hours for them to let me give them $500.
Yeah, and then they got some other features. I don't know. You'll be able to like share your games with other people. But
what does that mean?
You'll be able to like if you're in the same place locally, and I have actually. The one cool thing is that this will work at least with some games with the Switch 1 as well. Where if say I got this new game and you had your Switch, I could be like, oh, we'll play Mario Kart World on my Switch and you can join like streaming.
That's cool.
I don't know if it'll work with Mario Kart. Like so far, they're like
not the $80 games.
Well, they're like, in the first game we're bringing this to is like the card game Clubhouse or whatever. It's like, oh, the collection of fucking card games. Okay, is that all this is gonna work for? Because you're gonna be like, nah. Everybody's got to buy a Mario Kart. Donkey Kong Bonanza I mentioned. They got a game called Dusk Bloods.
Dusk Bloods?
Yeah. It's like you don't know any of this stuff. I was going to say, this game Elden Ring?
I've heard of it. Yeah,
okay.
People love it.
It's from the same, this is going to confuse you. It's from the same company, which is called From Software.
From Software.
Yeah. It's from Software.
From Software. Like David From, F-R-U-M?
Yeah. No, F-R-O-M.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So, like, when it comes up, it just says From Software, and you're like, yeah, I know.
That's how computers work.
You don't have to put a big screen up just to tell me that. But people are excited about that. Cyberpunk is coming.
Okay, I remember people were we did an episode on Cyberpunk, and it was a laughingstock.
It was a laughingstock, but they eventually fixed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That didn't reach the way it didn't make its way to the normies like me. I thought it was still a laughing stock.
I think most normies received word. By the time they put the expansion pack out, like 2 years later,
most
they
normies
fixed
did
everything.
not. People who do not play that game, or do not play video games, they don't know that
Well,
Cyberpunk.
That's not a normie. A normie plays video games. Yeah, I'm trying to see what other interesting things about it. That is kind of it, honestly. It's coming out. Pre-sales begin April 9th. So what is that? Friday?
No.
Thursday? I think it's next Thursday.
Next Wednesday, I think.
Wednesday, maybe. You look, check. Don't rely on us. Don't go, I was waiting and they'd all sold out.
So is this a Tom pick?
And then it's coming. What do you mean?
Are you suggesting people buy this? Are you endorsing it?
No. I mean, if you want it, buy it. If you don't. I mean, I think it's going to be pretty hard to get. So I think the people that get them are going to know that they want them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to be walking around a Target and you're going to be like, oh, look at this. Honey, should we get a Switch 2?
Right. I like how you're like, these fucking idiots think this isn't for, this is for.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, you know, nobody listening to this is going to go like, I hadn't heard about it. But based on what Tom said, yeah, I'll.
What do you mean nobody listening to this?
Go crazy trying to get it.
Like, I don't know. I barely knew about this, and I'm the host of this show.
I know, but you're not going to, like, you know, camp out trying to get one either.
I know I'm not, but I might now. You might have convinced me. See, this is my problem. I'm so torn at this point.
You drive a hard bargain, but I'll buy one.
You want to go halves on one?
Yeah, and then we'll just switch like every other week. We'll, switch.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's what they mean by that. You can switch who has it. You were your friend.
It's a genius innovation.
If you like the show, you can find out more by going to tcgte.com. That's the website that was teased earlier.
Yeah.
You can also check out our Patreon and our Discord. Links are there for both fun places, good times, and the best time of all, patreon.com/complete guide. Where this week we're doing, what are we going to call this show? Now That's What I Call Music?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're doing an episode of Now That's What I Call Music. Will Smith's new album. Based on a true story, it's called.
Yeah,
it's released about him slapping another man.
Yeah, released almost on the anniversary of the slap.
Yeah, the slap-iversary we call it.
So you know, subscribe for some slap talk.
Yeah,
I have a personal revelation about the slap that I'm going to reveal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll be talking about this album. We've both given it a thorough listen. And you can hear what we think about it at patreon.com/complete guide.
That might be why I'm so, sorry, patreon.com/complete
stepping all over the
Well, now you're stepping all over when I did it. Okay. You say it and I'll zip my lips.
Patreon.com/complete guide.
We did it.
And
complete guy, you said?
Guide. And it works with Spotify now. If you're a Spotify person, you can sign up to our Patreon and it'll work in that app. If you're a person that's always been like, I don't want to use another app.
Yeah.
Well, you finally got your way.
I hope you're happy.
Yeah.
You made Tom cry.
Yeah.
I think that's why I've been so like, Nintendo wants to suspend. Well, like, we only have like so much time on this earth that I'm gonna spend, because I spent time listening to this Will Smith album, and I was just like, man, I got like a family and stuff.
It's only 37 minutes long.
I know,
and I would think you learned a few things about being a father listening to that album.
Yeah, there's a lot you can learn from Will Smith.
Yeah. I mean, you could do I was doing other things while I was listening to it.
Tom, then you weren't paying attention.
Well, but then sometimes I was like reading the lyrics as I was listening to it.
Yeah, okay.
It's sunk in. Don't worry. Tim, I got it. It's the best album I've ever heard. Yeah, so Switch 2. Yeah, I'm not... I think if I don't know, if I traveled more or something, I'd be interested in it.
Yeah, because you can take it on the go.
Yeah, but it's basically like a more powerful Switch, which is cool, which is great. But I have a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, but aren't there going to be games that you want to play? Did they announce like a Mario game?
No, I mean they announced Mario Kart, but that was it. Yeah. So, no Mario, no Zelda announced. Okay. Mario Kart and Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is a little surprising. People kind of assumed, like, because it launched, the first one launched with Zelda, but then I think Odyssey came out like that fall. It was like I think it came out in March and then, October or something. So people were kind of thinking like, maybe it won't come out right away, but they'll announce coming this fall, the new Mario game or whatever. But
they don't even need to.
I mean,
people are going to be sleeping at the Best Buy.
Yeah, honestly, they don't. But that's the kind of thing that would have potentially got me to be like, fuck it, all right.
It's coming at some point, right?
Oh yeah, but I'm not gonna buy a system yet.
I waited to buy the Switch 1 till it was a little bit cheaper.
Was it?
Yeah, I got it on sale or something.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that'll happen with this.
Yeah, I mean, I still won't buy it. It would be foolish. I don't play video games, Tom.
Yeah.
I don't have any hobbies really.
Yeah, you're a pretty boring man.
I wouldn't say I'm boring. I'm very, very interesting, but
no, you don't have any hobbies. Only.
What hobbies do you have besides, playing video games and piddling your pud?
I'm getting very into 8mm vintage pornography.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going in the garage.
For example.
All right. See you next week.
That was a HeadGum podcast.